You want to make R&B melodies artists actually fall in love with? Most producers think that means a complex chord progressions, 10 different sounds and crazy effects. But that's not the case at all. In this video, I'm breaking down the 4 steps that will transform your melodies into real emotion so that artists can't resist but to use them. They will feel like receiving a spicy late night text they shouldn't be answering, but they answer anyway. What's up guys, I'm 5key and I've sent out samples every single day, got multiple collabs and made real passive income with our melodies. For making melodies artists and producers actually like, that's what I do. So let's hop right into it. So sound selection is basically the first state of your melody. Artists decide in the first 2 seconds of hearing a loop if they are in love or if they mentally already swiped left. Think of it like a dating app. If the profile picture is mid, nobody cares about the bio, and sound selection is the profile picture. Let me give you some go-to sound combinations that always work. Our first combination is the piano and the vocals. A nice piano progression followed by a catchy vocal chop immediately grabs the artist's attention. Artists hear this and instantly think like they're writing a love letter. But if you want to go for that smoother R&B feel, switch out the acoustic piano for an electric one and fill out the space with some pads. This already gives that nostalgic late night drive energy, like the song is already emotional before you even added anything else. But now, if you just broke up with your partner and you are filled with darkness and hate, I recommend going for that synth and deep bass combination. Combine this with more textured vocal and it already reflects that darkness and depression. So once your profile is looking good, we need to give it some personality. And that comes from the chords and rhythm. Good R&B chords aren't about complexity. They are about movement. And that movement is exactly what artists fall for. Imagine chords like texting. It's not about writing paragraphs. It's about timing, tension, and knowing when to leave the other person on red. Let me show you 3 chord progressions that always create some emotion. So let's start off with the classic walk down or walk up chord progression. It feels so familiar but still full of emotion, and it's easy for the artist to write to. And the second one has more of a sad and dark tone to it. As you can see, we have the classic 1-6 chord progression. So basically, we just take the first note right here and drop down 4 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And make sure everything is on key and then you're good to go. Now for the last chord progression, it's more for that dark R&B vibe. It's more of a darker vibe because the chords jump less around. Now here's a quick bonus tip. Tiny micro adjustments go a huge way. So instead of playing your chords all quantized at the same time and the same velocity like this, try playing them on the MIDI keyboard like this. Same chord, different timing. And if you don't have a MIDI keyboard, just do it manually. And we went from this to this. Same chord, different timing. This goes a huge way, especially with piano melodies. But now that we got the profile and the personality, it's time for the image that makes the melodies addictive, the atmosphere. Let's be honest, you wouldn't go on a date with just your personality. You would try to make your image look better, like putting a nice shirt on, or styling your hair, or putting some cologne on. And when making melodies, it's the same thing. The atmosphere you add play a huge role when creating your melodies. R&B needs character to make the emotion come to life, and the best way to achieve that is with textures and effects. These can actually transform your whole profile picture. Let me show you some effects artists actually love. First of all, we got the typical Drake underwater type effect. The trick here is to not use an EQ, but instead use a plugin that decreases the sample rate. So in plain English, use a plugin that makes it underwater. And now to make the effect really nice, not just slap that effect on it, but add some layers to it as well. Let me show you. We got the effect right here, and as you can see, I added the keys, the bass, and the chime to make the package really nice. And now let's listen to that transition. Now, if you want to recreate some of these effects but you don't have the necessary plugins, I have a full stock preset kit ready to just drag and drop into your project and see the emotion come to life. All plugins I've used in this kit are stock or free, except some guitar presets because I need Guitar Rig 6 for that. This is the only kit I use for all my R&B effects, so make sure to check it out with the link in the description down below. And just because you watched the video until now, you get 30% off of the kit if you use the code DATE. So make sure to check it out. And now let's get back to the second effect to increase the packaging. And this one is all about texture. Adding rain noise or vinyl noise really helps to elevate the status of your profile. This makes the melody feel deep inside the artist's heart and doesn't want to come out. And now for the secret sauce to increase the packaging. Now for real, this is a secret sauce. I don't see many people use it that much. Just grab an electric piano and up the chord progression on a higher octave. This creates movement, and with some reverb it gets really ambient and interesting. As you can see, we have the piano progression right here, and I've used the same chords on this Rhodes right here, but I've just arpeggiated it and added some little movement. That's it. And now let's listen to this difference. Much more ambient and dreamy, perfect for R&B. And now let's get to the final part, the first kiss. So artists want the melody to guide them. So your arrangement should do exactly that. Guide the artist through the experience. So start strong, build some tension, and release it at the end, like the date should be. Let me show you how to make your loops progress. So let's take this loop right here for example. So as you can see, we have the first section, the second section, a third section, and the fourth section. On the first section, we have just a rough idea. A piano, some keys, some Rhodes, and the vocals. Then we have a filter right here for the second section, but I added the bass and some percussion to make it evolve, so I'm building some tension. Then at the end, I'm releasing everything with two sections that are minimal, perfect to add some drums and build from that. As you can see, I started with a strong catchy idea, built the tension and then released it at the end. And now quickly for the arrangement guys, make sure you leave always like 4 bars of space and add a hi-hat in between it so that we can see clear stem separation at the end like so. And you don't have to fiddle around to know where does the stem actually is when it doesn't start on the first one. And now that we've built all 4 parts of our melody, you're ready for the first date. Make it memorable. Now make sure you smash that like button if you learned something new, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos, and check out the preset kit with the link below. And let's see each other in the next one.